chaps, and welcome back to the Ration Book. It's very kind of you to pop by. Thank you for joining me. And Mills. You right, Mills? Yeah. Good girl. So, here we go. Grab a brew, grab what you're working on. Let's just get cosy. So we haven't spoken, have we, since Remembrance? Blimey, was that 2 or 3 weeks ago? Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it, how time flies. Oh, bye, Mills. Did you notice anything different about me? Huh? Isn't it fabulous? It's worked, it's come out, hasn't it turned out really well? So, here it is. I went to the sewing club yesterday, and Eileen, bless her, she helped me with sort of what stitches to sew it up, because this has been knit it's been sat on the table for a couple of months, just because I tried stitching it up and I was making an absolute dog's dinner of it, basically. So I've been back to the sewing club and I took it along with me. Eileen's helped me, bless her. And I was saying to Gwen, I was like, Gwen, I don't like the sewing up bit of it. And she was like, nobody does. Nobody likes the sewing up part. It's just what you have to do. So in Rebecca's life, been quite busy. The estate agent rang, well, the solicitors rang actually. We've now had the 4th proposed completion date. So that would be next Friday. However, we've bitten the bullet. Mum has got to be in by Christmas. Enough said. So we've moved her in for the most part this week. So she's going to be moved in on Sunday. Let's hope that there's a beautiful cottage out there and it's just, it's all going to happen. It's all going to work out okay. I believe. There's only one really that's took my fancy and it's just gone under offer. But it might fall through. Here's the thing. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. So I'm hanging in there. You know from the higher power where you think there's a reason for everything. You think, well, I just wish that they'd share it with us. What is the reason? I don't know. Other than that, the winter fair, that was a nice little walk round. There was lots of interesting bits and bobs to look at. There's going to be lots of those now. Now we're heading, into December. We're starting to do gift buying now and I'm terrible. Have I made any gifts yet? Have I even cast any on? No. I mean, down to the wire, Rebecca. Like, seriously, cutting it fine. This is what I got from the winter fair. I got this for Deborah. She's a farmer, so, a lovely vase for Deborah. There we go. And then, I thought, you know what, I'm going to start a new tradition because Christmas it's both one of those very communal things, but it's also an individual thing as well, isn't it? So I'm going to start a new tradition this year of having Christmas flowers in a Christmas vase. There was another squirrel one, and then I went with this one because it had a robin as well, and they're talking to each other over the flower pots. So too cute to leave behind. What I have finished this week, I've only finished one knitted thing this week. Again, it's just a pair of socks I'm going to take to the shop. They might sell, they might not. If they don't, they're my size. So, bright pink acrylic socks. That's all I've managed to knit this week, just because I've been so busy. I've been sat knitting these whilst I've been watching Peaky Blinders. I've gotten into Peaky Blinders at the moment. Last time we spoke, basically I had a bit of a chocolate-a-thon, didn't I? Well, that's gone. And last night I really just wanted something naughty, something sweets, or crisps or something, and I didn't have anything in. Can't get anything. So I remembered that in my Patsy's Reflections book, which I keep here, so this came from my dad's mum, and it's not in the best of nick, it's lost the front cover, but it's like a comic book. You can get a Christmas version, and I will get that at some point. But yeah, I remembered in this book that you can make cinnamon toast. And that actually tickled my fancy. So I made it last night. And it was very nice. It's a peculiar concoction. Not going to lie. As most of the wartime cooking is. However, it really worked because the toast itself, the bread, crisped up to the point where it was just crunch, crunch, crunch. So it was kind of like crisps. You all right, Mills? You can't get in the bag, love. Why don't you come and sit on the chair? Yeah? So you toast your bread, you cut off the crusts, and then you put your marge on and you sprinkle 3 parts sugar to 1 part cinnamon. Sprinkle that over and then you put it under the grill and let it all sort of bubble away and dissolve away. And then it's cut into strips and there you are, there's your snack. But I actually think that instead of the marge, you could put apple sauce as your moisture thing. Sprinkle the cinnamon and sugar on the top so it glazes, you know, under the grill. But apple sauce on there, it reminds me of a cake recipe I've got in one of my books. I think it's the Good Housekeeping All Colour book. It's some sort of a wholemeal apple cake. And I thought, if it was on National Loaf, I've got wholemeal seeded grain, but the National Loaf was about 85% of the actual wheat kernel, wasn't it? So it was really quite wholemealy. Yeah, it'd be fairly similar in kind of what that cake recipe is. As a simple snack where you just don't know what to have and you fancy something completely different, yeah, cinnamon toast, it's worth a go. Oh dear. Oh, hey, smells. We've just had Stir It Up Sunday, 26th of November. So if you're making your own Christmas pudding, you're looking at everyone, Mills. If you're making your own Christmas pudding, then I wish you well with it. Good luck. Knitting wise, I've been really busy knitting lots and lots and lots for the shop. I think I'm about done with that now. It's been really fun actually working this week on my skirt again. So I've nearly completed this first side. Oh, you're right, Mills. I've just got to do 2 inches of 1x1 rib and we're done. You're right, Bibbin. But I didn't realise it was going to be this long. It's a 25-inch skirt plus the 2-inch rib, so it's going to be 27. So I'm not sure how I feel about it being that long, but I wanted to keep it authentic to the pattern, so that's what I've done. So we'll see we'll see what it's like when I wear it. But yeah, just simple, basic. But it'll be fun to get that finished. You can have some supper soon. Yeah? Yeah? Okay. Yeah. Oh dear. I've still not knit a tea cosy, but I'm still thinking of the Christmas pudding, so I think I've got some perfect yarn for it, so I'll have to get that on the go. I have been very restricted. I have been so disciplined with myself this month. I have been in the charity shops, not gonna lie, been to the charity shops, but I have been incredibly strong. Mills, where are you going? What are you doing? You can't have a cup of tea, love. Mills, what are you Do you want to get on your chair? You want to get on your chair, don't you? Oh, lordy. Right, well, let me move the teapot. There we go. Are you getting on your chair? What are you doing? Go on. There you go, Mills. Go on your chair. Tell you what, raised by wolves. There's a certain type of lady that ends up on tables, Mills. I raised you better. Are you settling down now? Good girl. Ah, dear. Right, so... Oh, we're getting... Let me open the curtain, see if we can get a bit more light in. Ha! More light. That's better, isn't it? This is the only pattern I've bought this month, which is seamless knitting. Very much up my street because I cannot stand having to sew up. But at least now that Gwen's told me that everyone hates it, nobody likes that part of the knitting project, then, you know, I'm happy because Gwen's told me that. Gwen said that, so I'm happy. Yes, but I really liked this vest on the back, and then there's also a nice... See, they do those vests, look, they're for all ages. Really good stuff. And no, it's not that one. Although I've got one very similar to that. It's a 1950s pattern. So obviously this kind of style where you've got like a scalloped detail has come right through, you know. There we are. This orange jumper is quite cute as well. And on the front, it's in pink and cardigan form. Only 2 books. I've indulged myself with 2 books, but they're good. They're stellar. They're good quality. So this first one is a Marguerite pattern that I did not know existed. This book, it is post-war kitchen, and she talks about how the palette of the nation changed within sort of like, you know, the 10 years post VE Day. The prisoners of war that were over here that shared their culinary dishes, along with refugees, along with our boys and our chaps coming back, wherever they've been around the world, they had obviously dabbled in the various local dishes. So that all kind of changed the palette of the nation. Like, I mean, before, I don't think we had pizza, burgers, hot dogs, you know, whatever. I mean, we didn't. I'll be honest, I haven't had time really to flip through these very much. But this one, a lot of it is a repeat of what the other books are. A lot of the recipes in here are repeats of the other book. So I think you'd be better off just getting the other book. But what she talks about of the changing scene of the food is different, you know. So good. It's good to have, you know, just from a historical point of view. So Marguerite pattern, yep, can't go wrong. You can also not go wrong with a Juliet Gardiner. And she is the lady who, if you watch Turn Back Time, it's where they have a handful of families along one street. One's a baker, one's a butcher, one's a shop, that sort of thing. And she is the historian who is there to help sort of guide both the programme and the families through the history, through time. Yeah, it's a really thick book documenting the people. It's the people's war, you know? And I think from what I know of Juliet Gardner, of the programmes she's made and this, that and the other, that sits very well with her. You know, she doesn't come necessarily from a military point of view. She comes from a people point of view. You know, she's up there with Ruth Goodman. You know, I love watching Ruth Goodman, but I think Ruth Goodman, again, she is powered as a historian by the people story, daily lives of people, of all walks of life, wherever, you know, whatever they're doing. She's fascinated by people. So, you know, there we go. So yeah, I don't know when I'll get a chance to read that, but I'll find some time from somewhere. So I think I've been reading through this, and I think, unless I'm mistaken, I've read somewhere. You see, here's the problem with me. I have that many sources of information from all sorts. I get myself muddled. But I am pretty sure that when it comes to Christmas, you got more ration, which is rather exciting news for us that live on the ration. So I think you got, instead of 12 ounces of sweets, you got a whole pound's worth. So that goes from 12 ounces to 16 ounces. You get an extra 4 ounces, which is about, about 100 grams or something. And I think you get an additional 8 points. I know, crazy, I know. Yeah, I don't know whether I got it from Kathleen's diary or whether I got it from somewhere else. But I'm pretty sure that they got a little bit extra for Christmas. Also, there was a lot of people who were due to have a week off, because a lot of the time what you did was you would work until Christmas Eve and then you would shut shop till New Year's. Like, you know, you had sort of 2 weeks off, really. But there was a lot of people in the factories and stuff who were told, yes, they could have a week. And then eventually, at the last minute, they were hoodwinked and they said, no, you can just have Christmas Day off and that's that. So you're back in. Needs must, I suppose. Needs must. You know, you could be worse. You could be stuck in a trench, you know, with mud up to your knees, wondering how long your feet are going to last, you know. Yeah, if I'm wrong about that points thing, the Christmas points thing, please do let me know. But I'm sure I've read it somewhere. I'm sure I have. In the latest news, oh gosh, it's all a bit... Ugh. There we go. Blimey, let's try and get some light on the situation. It's not very good, is it? But never mind. It's not about the quality, is it, chaps? It's all about just having a catch up. The latest news of what's going on in the world. So the UK, England, has sent over another warship over to the Gulf. So that, you know, it doesn't bode well, does it? And I don't know about you, your way, but I don't know, it seems to have been a little bit busier in the sky than normal. I mean, I'm on a bit of a flight path, so it could just be fine. I'm surprised we're not already at war. I think we probably already are. It just hasn't been declared. I don't know the ins and outs of it. We don't know the ins and outs, you know. But just on what's in the news, sending over an additional warship, that is one mighty fine, you know, virtue signal, isn't it? You know? So, we wait and see. I think there's an undercurrent to the feeling that I have. I don't know whether you have it as well, but it's like the countries of the world are just getting their chessboards in order. They're getting everything in place, if that makes sense. That's the undercurrent feeling that I have. We wait and see. But yeah. So when it comes to Christmas, chaps, have you got everything sorted? You got everything in order, do you think? Like, you know, for your gifts and stuff like that. You know, because I haven't. Not at all, not by a long shot. I think it's going to be a nice Christmas. So, but a simple one. A simple Christmas, but a nice Christmas, I think. Right, well, I don't know what videos there will be for December. I like to come to you and I like to make videos when I'm in the right headspace to do them, because otherwise I find that you're susceptible to waffling, you're susceptible to being completely off point, you know, and you don't do as good a job. But we'll play it by ear, shall we, chaps? But yes, thanks, chaps, for making it through to the end, and good luck with whatever you're crafting and baking and whatever else you're up to. And yeah, here's to Christmas. See you then. Bye.